TK Kirkland show. Yeah. Wait. Hey, don't let them play you. I'm trying to save you. If somebody use your time, make sure they pay you. Pay attention, really listen, I hope you understand. Execute your vision, go and get it, be a man. Save your money, motherfucker, for another day. We got the book and the album on the fucking way. This generation is full of hate. Always worrying what the next man making. They never want to see the next man make it. 2018, let's have a gangster conversation. Like how to treat a woman, take care of your kids. Gotta take responsibility for what you did. I do it to inspire, take your mind a little higher. Like her name on the degree, not her name on a flyer. Yeah, boss moves. We just doing what a boss do. We own now and we off you. It's true. The TK Kirkland show.
The great Angela Yee.
Hey.
What's going on, lady?
How are you?
I'm doing good. So what you up to? You chilling?
Yeah, I'm in the house.
Oh, okay, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say hi over my show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the great Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club and Lip Service on the show. And as always, we just keep it 100 on the show and just take it easy. So, Angela, I've been trying to get you on the show for a while. You know, I normally don't do like a lot of questions. I just like talking and all that good stuff. You know, but what last time I spoke to you, I really want young women who are coming up in this business and radio personalities and trying to do radio and all that kind of stuff. Let them know how you got your start.
Well, as far as in the radio, before I started doing radio, I was doing other things. Like I was doing marketing, I was writing bios, I was an assistant.
Whoa.
I basically did like a million other things before I started doing radio.
Is that right? Okay.
And I think it was my marketing background that helped me a lot with what I do for radio. The reason I even got the job, I wanted to get a job in marketing at Sirius.
Yeah.
And they were like, why don't you try to do the morning show? Because they need a woman on there, like a sidekick. I was like, okay, and that's how it happened. But I had some good relationships already with people in the music business.
Right.
So I was able to, like, book things and then really market myself. And that's how things really started happening for me.
Oh, I never knew that. So was you good? So you had to be good at your marketing thing.
Yeah, I did good.
Okay,
I mean, really, like, that was, I always said I was going to be this marketing executive in life.
Right. And you never, so the radio thing is something that just really came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it fell in my lap. Like, basically, it was just timing. The timing was, you know, and truthfully, and this is why I think sometimes bad things happen in life and we have to turn that into a good thing.
Right.
The real reason was, like, before I even approached Paul Rosenberg, that was Eminem's manager, about the marketing job, I had just lost my job. And I had just broken up with my boyfriend. I climbed in the window and caught him in bed with another girl. And so the next day I was like, you know what? I'm about to change my whole life and get a whole new job. So I went online. I was just looking at different job openings.
Right.
And that's when I saw the Sirius job in marketing available. So when I called to find out about that, it led to me being on the air.
Wow, that is awesome. So what kind of man had you tripping?
Well, okay. This is when I was a lot younger. But this is funny. So I had this ex-boyfriend, right? And he lived in the Bronx. And it was always like going to the Bronx. I lived in Jersey at the time. It was always a long drive, right? Because I lived in Jersey City. So sometimes with traffic, it would take me like an hour and a half to get there. So I used to know he used to cheat on me, but he'll never, guys don't admit that.
Right.
So I used to do this thing. I would be like, what are you doing? And if he didn't answer, I would be like, I'm on my way to your house right now. So I think I did that too many times, but I wasn't really going. I just was saying that.
Right.
Just so whatever he was doing, he'll be nervous.
That's
so this particular time, I was in the city, and I said, I'm on my way to your house right now. And I really went. That's the only time I ever really went.
Right.
So he was texting me back, but he wouldn't answer the phone. So I was like, okay, you want to play around? I went to his house. His car was in the driveway, so I knew he was home.
Right.
He was the kind of person who drove everywhere.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, your car's in the driveway. I know you're home. And he was like, oh, I rode with my boy, which he never does.
All right.
And so I was like, all right. And it was summertime. The screen was in the window. I just took the screen out and stepped in.
Get out of here.
Mhm.
So you broke in his house?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you broke in.
Yeah, call the cops. No.
Okay.
And he was so he was sitting on the edge of the bed looking nervous, like with his hand on the phone, and the girl was under the covers naked.
Get out of here.
Mhm. But he was looking stressed. He was like sitting on the edge of the bed because I had rang the bell like 100 times before I went in the house.
So was the girl thin? Like she was so thin she thought she could hide?
I don't know what she just got scared, and then she was like in the corner of the bed. I was like, you know who I am? And she was just like, mhm. And he told her to get out, and he was like, nah, she's nothing. And she got dressed and left, and then after she left, I left.
Man, and
you know what else I did that was really
what?
weird before I left? I called his mom.
Why?
I don't know. I called his mom. I said, I just want to let you know.
So why do women always call the guy's mom? Like the mom?
Because I want to get him in trouble.
You know he's a grown man, right?
He ain't look like one.
Oh, that is so funny, man. But you know, and it's good that you're sharing this because what people, when they see you, hear you on the radio, see you on the show, they never think of you as an ordinary person, that you go through real life situations. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't go through them situations anymore, but you know,
right. Yeah,
I would never do that again.
Man. So now how have you grown though, relationship wise? Like usually your people's mistakes make them better, I think. So what did you take from your past that makes your relationship great now?
Well, I think that when you know that somebody is doing something, just because you haven't witnessed it firsthand or they haven't admitted it, you know when you know. You know, so there's just certain things. Like I remember I had another ex-boyfriend, and he called me by accident. And you know how y'all will do, like just lie to the death. He called me by accident. He butt dialed me while he was with a girl. So I could hear the girls and him talking. So I was like, hello, hello. And then I was like, hold up. And what was even more embarrassing is I was in a car with one of my friends.
Right.
So we were on the Bluetooth. And she's like, wait a minute, is he with a girl? I was like, that's what it sounds like. So we're just listening. And then I guess he must have realized and hung up. So then I called him back and he answered. And I was like, where are you? He's like, I'm at my boy's house. I said, let me talk to him.
Right.
He's like, he went to the store. But we believe what we want to believe because he tried to convince me that I didn't hear what I heard. Like, I just hung up and I didn't talk to him for a couple of days. And then I'm like, well, maybe it was his friend's sister for real. Like, you know, you start thinking that, but it's like, you know what it is. You don't need to see it.
I'm laughing. I got this big smile on my face, right? Knowing that you experienced something of this nature. Now,
I'm glad that you have a big smile about all my pain and suffering.
Yeah, I got this big smile. You know, one, I think you're one of the funniest people in the world. Like
in the world, no.
Let me explain something to you. I know a lot of people, and I started a lot of people, right? And I have an eye and an ear for comedy. And when I tell people that's been listening to me that, yo, that Angela Yee is hilarious, people been hitting me every now and then from watching you on the Breakfast Club saying, yo, she is really funny. And I just think you're sharp. So, like I said, we'll talk about that another time because I got something in the works that I'm going to do something for a few people. But you definitely on top of my list. And, you know, you got to...
Can I ask you something? Because I'm used to being an interviewer.
Yeah.
What about some things that you've done?
Say it one more time.
What about some things that you've done to women? Like, I know you've had fantasies of breaking in and all that. But, like, in real life, what are some things
you know what? I'm going to tell you some things I've done that's interesting, right? I've always been a man of teach a lesson. It's always been my philosophy in life that I got to teach a lesson. Give you an example. I remember one day I'm doing a video. I'm in Miami. I'm doing the video, and I got to go to L.A. to shoot a video with Ice-T. So I meet this girl up in Jersey. She flies down with me. We get to L.A. We do the video. And when I come from doing the video, she's in the car asleep. And when she slides over, there's a phone number underneath her butt, right? I said, whose number is this? She says, oh, this guy was in the video shoot. He want to give me and you massages. I said, is that right? Okay. So we went to the hotel. We checked in. We went to this club afterwards in L.A. back at that time. That's when I was like Billy the Man. So we walk in, and everybody's like, yo, what's up, TK? I turn around 3 seconds later, Angela, I can't find the bitch, right? She already on the dance floor dancing. And I'm like, what kind of motherfucking shit is this? So we get back, we go back to the hotel, we do our thing. The next morning, this is years ago, my iPhone wasn't out then. It was a Sprint phone, and the phone went down. It wasn't working. So I had to go to a Sprint store at that time to try to get my numbers. This is when you lost your numbers back in the day, you wasn't getting them back. Do you remember that time? Do you remember if you lost your data or your phone broke down? It
wasn't backed up, right?
Yeah, it wasn't backed up. So it took all day. To make a long story short, I got to show that thing. She's taking forever. I leave her. I left her. I come back to that night. She's laying across the bed. Here's another phone number that she got to hide on the nightstand. And one of my homies was in the hotel. So I said, yo, how the fuck did you get Gucci's number? He said, oh, I was in the lobby, and he said they give you his number. I said, I already got his number. So I didn't know what time it was with her, right? So that next morning, we getting dressed. I'm brushing. She's brushing. We go to the airport. I said, hey, I'm going to drop you off and take the rental car back. I never went back. I left my ass in L.A.
Damn.
No,
it sounds like a good time, though.
But here's the thing. Me and that girl are still friends to this day.
I was going to say, she sounds like a good time.
Yeah, me and her are friends to this day. Then I remember another time, another girl in L.A. now, I flew her to New York. We flew first class. I didn't pay for it. This was when I had to hook up on credit card fraud, and you could pay for airline tickets for free. So I was doing this first class thing. I was really doing it. So we get to New York City, got the limo driver picking us up, but she had the flu. So I had to go do an event over in Jersey. I let her stay in the hotel. But my homie was coming in town from Chicago. So I called about 2 o'clock in the morning. She's not picking up the phone because I'm checking on her. I also called to see if my homie made it in town. He wasn't picking up the phone.
Said, you know what it is.
Right. I said, you fucking her. So I come back to the hotel about 3 o'clock in the morning. She's not in my room. And this is on the concierge floor. So you can hear everything real quiet at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I go in my room, because I don't know the room he's in. All of a sudden, I hear a door open. I open my door. Here she come walking down the hall with a T-shirt, nothing on underneath. And I'm like, where the fuck? I said, where the fuck you think you going? And she's looking. So I shut the door. I go in the room. I'm throwing all her shit in the hallway. Like, just throwing it. But my man wasn't a man. He should have said, yeah, TK, I fucked the bitch and she ain't shit or whatever. He trying to defend her, right?
And say it right. Like, she just needed a place to crash. Or, like,
right,
what
exactly,
is it?
exactly. You know, so I'm like, yo, you got to be kidding me. So, and that's funny that you talk about calling mothers, because I called her mom.
You called her mother?
Yeah, now let me tell you why I called her mom, right? Because before I could go out with her, I had to meet her mom.
Wow.
I had to meet her mom. It was one of them things, situations. I had to meet her mother.
That's serious.
Yeah, that's serious. I met her mom. But when I met her mom, I knew she probably wasn't shit, right? Because I could tell back in the day, the mama was out there. She was a beautiful old lady who had been probably used and abused through the dating different guys, and she had made it.
So you started dating her mom.
No, didn't date her mom, though. Yeah, but watch where I'm going with this, right? So the next day, me and my homie, we still cool because I can't hate him because he got with her, right? So we go to this event. I put her out. Angela, the young lady met a rich white man. And those was at the Hyatt right there on on Park Avenue. You know, there was a train station?
Mm-hmm.
It was at that hotel. You know, she wound up meeting a rich white man, stayed in New York for another 4 days.
Wow, she's resourceful.
Yeah, she stayed in Newport days. So I had took her plane ticket as well.
You
So
took her plane ticket,
I
her
took
scam plane ticket.
Yep, I sure did. I canceled that motherfucker. You wasn't getting back on my dime. But she
Oh my
wound up meeting
God.
the dude, and the
It was
dude
like Pretty
wound up
Woman.
picking on. Right, exactly. Yep, that's how I went. It sure did. I was like, whoa.
So you really
Crazy.
did help her out in a way.
Yeah, see, I like the way you think because it turned the negative into a positive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to turn that negative
Mm-hmm.
into a positive.
Right, yeah. And that was my thing back in the day of I was teaching people's lessons. And I know another time in Vegas, I had this girl out here. She was trying to tell me, trying to tell me what to do with my daughter. I took her shit. You ever went to Outback restaurant?
My dad loves that place.
Yeah. Now you see the bench that they have outside?
I don't remember that. That's my dad's spot.
Okay, so there's a bench that they have outside that you can sit down and wait. So she made me so mad that I brought all her shit to Outback and left it on the bench and left her.
Wow.
And me and her
Where
is
do you
still friends
meet
to
them
this
all
day.
these? How are you still friends with everybody that you do stuff like this to?
You
Or they
know
do
what
stuff
it is? Yeah, I think it's because I think as they get older, they realize they was wrong.
Okay, so you're not friends right away.
Say it again.
Like you don't become friends right away. It happens after a period of time.
Yeah, it happens over years. We're talking about years now. This is years.
Because I
For
think
all of us to do.
my main thing is like when right after things happen, you can't be friends with somebody.
No, right.
But you'll forgive it and move on after like
Right.
a year or two.
Yeah, that's definitely the situation. Yeah, I totally
And you
agree.
really
Hold
can
on.
only do that. Mm-hmm.
Hey, hold on. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, you just had me over here writing down some stuff. I just thought of some good questions for my podcast.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's good.
While I'm talking to you, I said, let me write this down right now.
Yeah, because one of the things that's important too is for people to understand how you can really grow from situations depending on how much you want to hold on to a situation.
I'm writing this down. This is so bad because I have this contemplative book, but this is so ratchet.
Yeah, because so you can grow from things, but what's going on in the game today is that when a man tries to be a gentleman, women look at it as being thirsty, and when a woman is shaking her ass and just wanting likes, and a guy's trying to holler at her, she thinks that he just wants some pussy, and that's not always the case. If that makes any sense.
Right. No, I feel you.
And it's just crazy the way all this stuff has changed since I was a youngster. It's just like really crazy. It's really crazy out here.
But it's probably also because you changed too. You ever think sometimes things haven't changed, but you changed? So there's younger people doing what you used to do, but you look at things differently?
So, I'm a very open-minded person, and the way that men don't work, the way men don't use women, like moving in with them and not giving a woman, like if you really serious about moving in with a woman, I truly feel you should give first and last month's rent. I really do believe that if you're really serious. And if you can't make it, and if you break up, right, you just leave. Because when I travel this country and guys say they move in with women, I say, is your name on the lease? And they'll say, no. I say, well, guess what? You are a renter.
What if it's a mortgage? His name ain't going to be on the mortgage if you own a house.
Right. But see, mortgage is different, and what men should always think about is that if you're helping them pay a mortgage and your name is not on the mortgage, you are really losing. Because see, it's a business when you're helping someone pay a mortgage, and when you're helping them pay a mortgage, it's a business. Meaning, when they sell that house, they'll get equity.
But you also are paying for a roof over your head.
Yeah, but it's still a business. No, what you're saying is absolutely right. That's why.
Because it's not like he did the down payment and all of that.
Right, that's true. But over time, let's say a person lives for like 10 years and they're paying a mortgage. That's a lot of money.
Right, but there's people that pay rent for 10 years that's the same as a mortgage.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If you're serious about a woman, ladies and gentlemen who listen to the show, you make sure you put your name or ask them to put their name on the mortgage so that when you refi or you sell that home, you get some of your money back. I just really believe it. I just really think it's true. I've been in a situation like that years ago.
Are you
Where
paying the mortgage?
let me tell you something. I was paying the mortgage, and when me and that girl broke up, she took out what did she do? She took out a second mortgage on the house. And she took that money and got her titties done and a tongue tuck and all that. But I was so in love with my daughter, right? I didn't care. I was paying the first mortgage and the second mortgage until we actually really just went our separate ways.
Now that's resourceful.
Yeah. And the thing about life is that when you think that you're in love sometimes and you go through all these trials and tribulations, yeah, it might be a costly mistake, but you use it as an expensive lesson. That's how you have to.
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off and an expensive lesson, because from Angela Yee to, I even seen Luke, I even seen Aaron Hall, I even seen some of the coldest guys that you would think would never have problems with women and vice versa, have these type of problems. So problems anybody can get it.
Now, do you think that you could ever move from being the mistress, that's a man's version of a mistress, to being the main? Like, would you trust somebody if they were cheating with you?
And what do you mean cheating with you?
Like, if somebody had a man or a husband, they cheated with you, and then they said, I want to be with you instead.
It's good that you brought that type of question up, because most men won't do that. And let me explain to what I mean. Most men will say to a woman that if you break up with your dude, mean you could be together. But in my situations, when I have been that other guy, I was always lying.
You didn't want her to break up?
Nope.
So why don't you just say that?
Well, here's the thing with life. You never really say it.
Just be like, nah, this situation is good like it is.
See, here's what I found in life. Most people think that they can handle the truth, but in actuality, I think you have to lie just a little bit. Let me tell you why. Most women are very vulnerable and very sensitive. You got someone who's strong like yourself, but I think you're strong, but you do have that one dude out there that can make you lose your mind. We all have that person. And my point is that if you tell a person too much or the truth, it can really affect them down the line in their relationships and as a person. And I've been there. I've dealt with people that I really enjoyed, but they were so mentally damaged from previous relationships, I didn't want to be bothered. So yeah, I would date women, because I used to always look at me as the player who helped out the family, right? But you just got benefits, right? You got benefits. I will fuck you, take you on trips, right?
Give you a turkey for Thanksgiving for the family.
Right. And I would treat you to make sure that you was fucked so good and treated so well that you stayed in the relationship. Because I would also counsel you. Like, they would say, like, because bitch, I really don't want you to be with me. You ain't got your shit together. But you know what? Since you've got a family and you deal with this dude, let me show you what you need to do to try to make this thing work out. And I've done that for years.
Well, that's mighty nice of you.
I've done that, and I say for years. And I'm kind of proud of it in a way. I never really told nobody that issue. Now, let's talk about business.
Yeah, you sound like an ideal side dude. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's talk about business. I see that you opened up a juice company. You're into, and I know you've got a lot of real estate in Michigan and all that. Now, what led you to all that? I mean, you have some guys who are just your mindset is set that way.
My mindset wasn't never about opening business previously, because I never had money like that.
Right.
But I think that once you level up and you start making some money, you have to start thinking like, my money can't just be sitting in the bank.
Right.
And with that, I learned a lot about business. And I will say, in our position, we have a lot of access.
Yes.
We have access to people, we have access to finances, we have access to get more finances, to get loans from the bank. We know people that we can partner up with. People come to you with ideas.
Yeah,
and it's just
true.
really figuring out what are you passionate about. And also for you to approach people.
Mhm.
Sometimes we want to, like, keep those ideas to ourselves, or we just feel funny asking people, like, it's a favor.
Right.
And really, like, sometimes people will be like, that's a great idea, let's do it. You know,
Say
so
the last part again.
I said, and really, it's sometimes you go to people with an idea, and they're like, you know what, that's a great idea, let's do it.
Right, that's
So
true.
I think that we have to stop looking at it like, oh, I'm not asking nobody for a favor. We have to look at it like, this is something that's going to benefit both of us.
Can you tell her to stop? Yeah, hold on a second there. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, there's people right here in the Christmas spirit. They came into the spot and they singing, and I didn't want that on the air.
It's actually good for the spirit of what we have going on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so but that's good. Now tell me about what made you get into the smoothie thing, the fruit.
So I get up every single morning at 4:00 in the morning. I've been doing morning radio now for 14 years, right?
Okay.
And so people were like, oh, you're used to getting up early, but you never get used to getting up early. Like, it always sucks. You never get enough sleep.
Because I was proud of y'all. I really thought, I'm sorry to interrupt. I really
thought it was over, right?
I really thought y'all was really on something crazy. I said, wow, for them to get up that early in the morning, what type of discipline is that? So I'm glad that you're sharing this with everybody.
Yeah, no, it's never, ever easy. Like, every single morning, I hit snooze like 4 times.
Okay.
You know?
Well, you hang out to 2 o'clock, Angela.
Not anymore.
Okay, because I remember we was out one time and you was like, TK, come hang out. I'm going to bed. I know it was like 9:30.
That's not late. That's why
I know.
9:30 is not late. That's not 2 o'clock.
I'm going to bed. That's funny. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But I think one of the things you learn as we get older that you have to take better care of yourself. You know, when I was younger, I could do things like stay up all night and go straight to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then just stay up and, drink a soda and you be good.
Right,
I don't drink coffee. I don't drink soda. So I started off just drinking green tea every morning.
Okay.
And that was really helpful because it has caffeine in it. And it's better for you. So then after that, I was like, all right, I need more than just that. Because I'm also not a breakfast person. Like, I hate eggs and all that heavy shit in the morning.
Right.
I'm not into, like, pancakes and, it's just too much.
Right.
And in the morning, that's going to have me, like, half sleep.
Right.
So I was like, what can I do? So then I started growing a Jamba Juice. And, a lot of times at juice bars, if the juices are made from things that are frozen or pureed, it's really not good for you. And I didn't know that. So I was just getting like, let me get a strawberry banana smoothie thinking that was good. But it really wasn't. So I did some more research and then I was like, you know what? I started doing like juices at home, making my own, and it was really helping me get energy.
Right.
And be even. Like, you don't want energy and then you crash. I want it to be even.
Okay.
So Styles P had his juice bars in Yonkers and in the Bronx. So I went to Yonkers to check it out. I was like, I want to open one of these in Brooklyn. And so I approached them, and that's how I'm like, you can't be scared to approach people when you have an idea. But just make sure when you approach somebody with an idea that it's there. Like, it can't be, hey, I was thinking we should just open a juice bar and you don't have no research done or anything.
Right.
So
and relationships is too. Relationships is important too. You got to be able to get along with the person.
Right. And but you know what? Sometimes you don't even know if you will or not. Because sometimes you could be best friends with somebody and you'll fall out over business.
That's so true. That's true.
I think it's unpredictable. But, I will say, like, don't come to somebody and be like, I have an idea. I want to start a podcast. And you don't have no idea what your podcast is about.
Right.
How much it's going to cost. I think it's so important when you're serious about something, do the research.
Yep.
So you have a real idea, a proposal, everything, because no one's going to take you seriously.
Right.
You just go, hey, let's do this.
And I know you get a lot of those because I know I do too.
Yeah, and you'd be like, okay, I can't take this seriously. Now, if somebody comes to you and is like, look, this is it's like Shark Tank. When you watch Shark Tank, you see people that have these great ideas, and you look at the people, well, have you started doing it already? Is there a need for this in the marketplace? With a brick and mortar location, is this a great location for this particular business? You have to pull the comps for everything in the area, see how the other business is doing. There's a lot of things. You can't just say, I want to open a business.
That's so true. I like the way, I'm glad that you're saying this with people. Now, what do you do as far as your health? Are you, when I say health, are you protected? You got a will, you got a trust, you got insurance and all that to protect yourself?
It's so funny you said that about a will. One of my friends just did her will, right?
Okay.
And I don't have one. I have life insurance, and I just got life insurance this year.
Okay, at least you're honest. Okay.
Mhm.
Right.
So You know, people used to tell me, like, if you don't have kids, you don't need life insurance, and clearly that's not true.
That's not true.
Yeah, so she has a son, so she just got her will done, and after Kim Porter passed, it really, like, struck a chord with her, and she was like, you know what? Even though it's, like, a sad thing to do, I need to make sure I do my will. Because the last thing you want is for, like, the people who love you to have to worry about, okay, who's going to get this? That's annoying.
It's annoying.
So she said her grandmother, when she did her will and her life insurance, she already paid for where the service was going to be for her funeral. Right. And she did that when she was young. And she already paid for her cemetery plot, so all you had to do really was show up and invite people.
Wow.
And I think that's a very considerate thing to do.
I agree. I definitely
you have a will?
A lot of guts to do that. Yeah, I have a will. I have a trust. You know, in my show, I talk about the trust and the will thing a lot because a lot of my friends in New York who got robbed and murdered and other kind of stuff, they wound up doing GoFundMe and all that. And I used to see them out with the Benzes and the jewelry. And I'm like, yo, you got to be kidding me that y'all are not taking care of the situation or not think about life after death. Because I tell people all the time, you're dead a lot longer than you're alive. and people
you don't know
laugh
that
like
sure.
you do. Yeah, and what I try to do is, if you leave someone a large sum of money, you never leave them the principal. You always leave them the interest and let them live up the interest. And you put your money into a trust, right? And this is how you can start a generational wealth. It doesn't have to be with the money that you have in your savings or checking account. You could do it in insurance because if you put it in a revocable trust, right, it's going to grow no matter how long you keep it in there. So if somebody's living up $10,000 a year or $3,000 a year, guess what? In 100 years, and it may sound far-fetched, in 200 years, that $10,000 now is $300,000 a year, $400,000 a year, because it's definitely going to grow. And that's what I'm trying to get people, their mindsets right to deal with generation. I'm going to do a whole huge thing on trust and life insurance in a couple of weeks because I talked about this so much that when I was in St. Louis, Prime America, which is one of the most insurance companies in the world, they came and found me. They came and found me, man. It's like crazy. So I'm going to have one of the guys on the show.
Sponsoring the tour.
Say it again.
I said they could be sponsoring the damn tour.
Yeah. You know me. I'm already on top of all that stuff. They real excited. And I was really impressed. They thought I was an agent the way I was talking about life insurance. But see,
you make a lot of money if you were an agent and sign people up at the show.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. See, you're on the same page I'm on. And what's so cool, and the reason why I know about all that, see, my mom, my dad, and both my brothers all was gone before I was 40 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, see, my dad drowned at the beach in Staten Island. The cops took my brother in Jersey City. They shot him like 7 times. And my youngest brother died of kidney failure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, all for us. So it's just me out here against the world. But I just been, just staying focused, grinding, and doing my thing, and getting where I fit in. Yeah, I'm really proud of what I've done, from the things that I've gone through to all the people that I helped. And I saw the interview with DL, and he showed about naming his son after me, after my son, and all that kind of stuff. And I have so many stories like that. You know who else that I put on the map? Lisa Ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you ever interviewed Lisa Ray.
Yeah, I have a couple of times.
Yeah, she'll tell you TK Kirkland she'll say, that is my boy. That's my man.
You know what's funny? I hosted, she had like an all-white party in Puerto Rico, like a whole Memorial Day weekend. And I remember she definitely had a comedy show.
Yeah, me and her is real, real tight. And the other person is Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you ever interview Jamie, he'll tell you like, yo, TK Kirkland, the coldest thing that ever hit that mic.
Yeah, I think that's so dope. And you know what's amazing about that is that, like, when other comics give you praise, that way and give you props, because there's so many people that act like, or will say they haven't had, like, much help, Right. And there's so much beef that we see going on with people go back and forth with each other. And it does really help you out a lot more when you help other people out, too.
Yeah, I totally believe in that.
And business in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I know who I am. And my goal in life is I always try to help people. Like, it's just something in me that when I'll put you on, you got to take it the rest of the way. But I'll put you on because you got to have, see, what made DL phenomenal? He understood. Like, I gave him the game, and then he understood. Like, I told him how never to stop working, how to do this job, how to do that, and he followed it to the T. Mike Epps followed all the way through. Other comedian Godfrey followed all the way through. So to see them successful and to know that they follow my game plan to the T, I just love it.
Because some people look at everybody else as competition, too.
Yeah, and you should look at them as competition a little bit to keep you sharp, but
right.
not in a negative way.
It's competition, like I got to step my game up.
Right, because every now and then I'll go see a great comedian, right? And I'll check them out to see, do I need to step my game up a little bit more? Do I have to elevate my style of comedy? Like you have the new comedians who are coming into this world now who do their thing off the internet, right? They got popular internet. I'm not against it, but I'm hoping is that their talent catches up to their fame.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I was there when you were just trying to give somebody a shot the other night.
Ooh.
What? You were.
Man. And what I liked about her is that I don't know if she's done a show since then. I got to check up on her.
I think she has.
And see, as long as she keeps doing it, she's going to get better. Yeah, you got to keep doing it. And that brings us to now, Angela Yee, is what we're going to do with you as a comedian and a writer. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that from Mike Epps to Jamie Foxx to Sandra Bullock, people I put on, I know when someone got it. And Angela, I think you are a talented person, and I really hope that you think about getting in front of that mic or really take that writing serious. But since we talked about the writing, you got to make sure whoever you hooked up with understands the formula of writing. And what I mean by that is, and you have to understand too, if you get somebody that's new, you got to understand that you probably won't make no money until they blow up. So you want to do it not because you want to, out of the kindness of your heart, because you want to know that there's a check on the end of every time you finish a joke, instead of doing it for free or watching somebody grow as a comedian, and it takes 10 to 12 years. So you
but don't you think that you kind of have to, because it would be new for me too, right? Not expect money at first.
Then you need to get somebody, start out with someone young, right? Start someone young and learn from there. And then as time goes, no, it's okay, young lady. It's good. No, no. I'm getting a pedicure and while I'm talking to you. Yeah, I think I keep these dry feet together.
Is that tickling your feet when they do the bottom?
No, you know what? I'm not tickled. I don't know why.
That's weird. Now that's a sign of a psychopath.
Yeah. And you see what I'm saying about you being funny? Yeah,
no, who is not ticklish?
I am not ticklish. Like, you can come tickle me under my ribs and everything. I'll look at you like you're crazy.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah, I'm not ticklish at all.
That really means that there's something mentally wrong with you.
That's hilarious. No, I just think I got a very calm personality. I'm very, so
that ain't got nothing to do with anything.
That's so funny.
So if somebody took a feather and like lightly took a feather over you, you wouldn't.
Oh no, not at all. Not even. Not even close. Not even close. So what about our boy that's got like with the Dummy Boy out?
Oh, I only heard like 3. I only listened to like 3 songs off of it.
Yeah, the thing about that.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
No, I ordered it today just in case if he needs money for help the show.
Oh, I mean, you could order, but you could stream it too. You didn't have to wait for it to come in the mail.
Oh no! I know you laughing, but I get my stuff on the.
You ordered a physical CD.
Yeah, I ordered it. Not ordered. I mean, I did
okay.
Yeah, I ordered it on the.
Why you have to order it? You can just stream it. Yeah.
I don't believe in that streaming stuff. Just like when people talk about my comedy album, right? They say, why you ain't streaming? But I'm old school, and I'm just saying to the people who are listening about Gangster Conversation, which went number 2 on Billboard and then on iTunes. See, I own my own label, right? And I get 80%. So when you stream, what people don't know about comedy albums, it takes 1,500 downloads of streaming to have one complete sale of one album. That's how. So it's good for music, but it's not good for stand-up comedy albums.
Right, because music, they have playlists, and they'll
And you
put
can
like
keep
their
playing.
song on a random playlist.
Right.
But for comedy, they're not going to do that.
Right, they're not going to do that. So that's why I did that. So a month later, it's still in the top 30. It's still doing good, and I'm excited. That's a good, that's a good check, and I'm building up a catalog for years down the line that I was trying to get other comedians to understand, because you want to have a catalog, because so many comedians perform for so many years, but when they get older, guess what? They don't have no checks coming in the mail. And I don't care if it's 12,000 or 15,000 every 3 months. It helps.
Right. No, I'll take it.
I'll take it all day.
Mhm. That's what happens to me every time. Every time I spend a bunch of money, a check comes in somehow that I wasn't expecting.
Right.
I love an unexpected check.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? Because what I want people to understand, well, no matter how successful you think Angela or we are, we're smart business people. And what I mean by that is we spend, but we know we got another check coming in. Because there's so many people who spend, right? But they'll never have nothing to replace the money that they're spending. That's crazy to me.
No, first of all, I've gotten so much better with money, but I will say it's easier to get better with money when you have some. It was a lot harder when I didn't have it like that.
Right.
And you just, struggling, and I had that when I was like just making ends meet. And so it is a lot harder then. But when you have like extra income coming in and things are going well, then you can be like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. But yeah, it's easy because, you got your savings, you have your trust, you have a lot of things. And money coming in, but a lot of people don't have that right now. But I always say this too, right? We can only complain about not making enough money for so long. At some point, we have to do something about it.
That's so true.
Like I can't stand when people are like, I hate my job, I hate my boss, I hate my coworkers, but they go to work every day for years. Right,
that's true. And never think about getting out of that box.
That's why sometimes getting fired could be the best thing that could happen to you.
That's so true.
Sometimes you might stay in some place or getting laid off, or as we say, early dismissal. But for some people, they'll stay somewhere forever just because it's a check and complain and be miserable until they get fired. And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, actually, I feel like a burden has been lifted off my shoulders.
That's so true. Now, what have you going to start your own makeup line one day?
I hadn't really thought about that. For me, I think, first of all, I do think that's like a really oversaturated market, but then you see people like Rihanna or Kylie Jenner making like billions of dollars.
Millions. Isn't that something?
It's amazing. Or like a Pat McGrath.
And if she's making that kind of money, imagine what her distributor is making.
Oh, tell me about it. They own it.
Right. Because she don't own the company. She worked for somebody.
Exactly. But they made her rich too, though. Trust and believe. Like, I'll take it. I don't mind making somebody else rich if I'm getting rich too. Some people have a problem with that. Like, listen, I will pay somebody I would rather give away 10% of $1 million than keep all of $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Right, that's true. Yeah.
So what are you going to do about the makeup thing? I think you should do that.
I don't know. It's not anything it's not anything I've ever really been that passionate about, and maybe that's what it is. Like, I do have this pressed juice business that's going to be starting in like less than a month, where people could order subscriptions online and get the pressed juices delivered to them, and we're going to sell them in stores and at restaurants. My idea really with the pressed juices is to get them in the clubs, so that you can mix that with your liquor instead of drinking like a nasty ass cranberry juice or the sour tasting ass pineapple juice. But now you can have like a pressed apple, ginger, lemon juice, and it's going to taste delicious with that vodka or with that Hennessy,
Now let me ask you a question. How are you going to, will that mix with the alcohol?
Yes, it tastes delicious. I do that for brunch. I had tequila with my, beets and ginger drinks, and they taste so good. Pressed with watermelon, all of that with some liquor. It tastes so much better and so much fresher than drinking like those pasteurized, like terrible, not real fruit juices.
Okay, all right. So then, do you have your website and everything up yet?
Yes, it's drinkfreshjuice.com.
Okay, can you say that a little slower because you talk so fast?
drinkfreshjuice.com. Is that an Asian joke?
No, you just said.
You getting a pedicure. You better chill out.
And when will you guys start delivering?
It's supposed to be in 3 weeks. And I think you'll be able to order before that, though. So if you go on the website, we just got everything approved. So they said after that it takes 3 weeks.
Right.
So,
Well, Angela, as always, I totally wish you the best. I love you very, very dearly.
I love you too. And
when's
just
your
another
birthday
tip
again?
for you, though. Oh, January 3rd. One more tip for you with the pressed juices. It makes you taste better.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's a great reason to drink it. Like, it makes me taste better. It'll make you taste better.
Right.
And so if nothing else, and if you're not doing it just for health purposes, do it for sex purposes.
Right. I like that, but I just love you, girl. You are the best. So January 3rd, I'll definitely reach out to you, and I will see
I'm having
you
my
in
party
the fall.
January 11th, and I expect
Where you having that?
It's in New York. I'm having a bowling party.
Oh, that's gangster. Okay. So January 11th, I think I could definitely make that. Just send everything to my phone, and I'll come in town just for that.
All right. I appreciate that.
But you got to be on the same team as me, though.
You think I'm going to be bowling? I'm just going to be there. We don't go to bowling alleys to bowl. We don't go to skating rinks to skate.
Let me tell you something, right? When I say I can bowl, when I say I can bowl, you bowl. But you're right. Even to this day, I used to get invited to ski trips, right? To ski parks.
We don't ski?
Never. Never.
There's a lot of things we go to that we don't do.
Right. That is so true. Yo,
but
everybody in the room. Yep, I can bowl. Everybody in the world, this is the TK Kirkland Show with the great, great Angela Lee. Baby, may God bless you. May your pain be champagne. Okay, talk to you soon. Thank you, hon.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye now.
Make sure you follow TK Kirkland on Instagram at TK_Kirkland for more information about upcoming events and more. Visit www.officialtkkirkland.com.
This episode of the TK Kirkland Show was produced by Chris Thomas, executively produced by Charlemagne the God. This is an official Loudspeakers Network production.